Oh, look, there we are. All right, it's freaking Saturday morning. And man, I completely like missed out on the live last night. That is like my fault. I took the time to like kind of like wind down a little bit, and then I worked on like more systems and automations, anyways. So did I really wind down? Like, not really. I still worked. I just didn't go live, and so I already failed on day 3 or something. Um, but yeah, it's all good. I'll do a double live stream today. There's a meetup tonight in Columbia. I'll be at. That'll be good. I'll probably go live there tonight, and we'll see what happens. But the title of today's video or live stream, I guess, is it is simple, but not easy. Okay. And part of this concept that I was thinking about this morning is like everything is like super simple, right? When we break things down. Like, it's super simple. And the only thing that makes something hard and like easy is just knowing how to do it, right? Knowing how to do it, having the resources to get X, Y, and Z results. So why is stuff like so hard? And honestly, stuff is hard because of us as humans. Everything else is like super simple. It like mind boggles me. Like, it's so hard. I've come to like another revelation I've had is like it's hard because it's I feel like hard is like an emotion. It's interesting. Like even like in the own personal space, in my own head, it's like, is that just an emotion I'm feeling that it's hard? Like, I'm creating resistance for myself to do something. And this is why like comfort kills dreams. And it was just interesting. Like one of my recent revelations, like even in like real estate and business, like it's all super simple. We make it hard for ourselves. I just thought it was interesting. Like emotions get us. Looks like we had some stuff on Facebook. But yeah, so that's what we got rocking and rolling today. We have that. We're cooking on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Looks like we had some people join in. And we're also on YouTube. Let me see if I can get this pulled up on Instagram. Another thing that I've been like dialing in more of is like there's a difference between like signal and noise. Signal is like, like when you're on to something, when you're doing what you need to be doing. Noise is just everything else around you that is just happening. And it just creates distractions. Like it is super easy to get distracted. Like I can get on social media for a purely like business activity, and here I go. I just like start scrolling, and then I'm like, oh man, got distracted. Get rid of it. That's another thing though, is because like as you try to make content, right? You trying to make content, and here we got. Let's see what we got. Oh, I noticed my description is out of date here. There's a bunch of admin back office work that's kind of boring, but we still have plenty of deals to underwrite. We can underwrite some more deals. I know for some people it's kind of boring because we're just looking at numbers, and I want to really just provide value throughout everything I'm putting out there into the world. But if you haven't already joined the school group, the link is in the description below. If you're on Facebook, it's somewhere on there. If you're on Instagram, it's somewhere in the bios somewhere. But inside that school group, I'm giving away the direct agent system I use to reach out to agents all in my marketplace with a click of a button. Super easy, super simple. There's even a tutorial in the school group on how to set it up, and it'll run nationwide. And that's it. So as we get rolling this morning, it's 10:30. I feel like it's like 6 a.m. Like I'm still exhausted. I still have like coffee, and I'm sipping. And yes, I'm a black coffee guy. We have tons of emails. I love like some of these agent conversations. They're like, we're only interested in cash. I'm like, oh, that's fantastic. And then we hit him with 50 cents on the dollar. Oh, good morning in the chat. It's 7:30 here. Man, that must be that West Coast time. All right, so let's look at this one. This house. We can get started with this one. Okay, this is one that came back from the Charlotte one that we ran the other day. Let me see if I can screen share. So the other day when we went live, what had happened is I literally ran the direct to agent system, showing you exactly how it works. And I ran it, and we're already getting agents that they want. She wants to see what we'd offer, so we can just go bam, bam. Sweet. All right, so that should be doing its thing. Sick. All right, so we have this one. I mean, this isn't a bad, looks like a flip. And I have no problem showing the address because, I mean, anyone can look at this. Okay, so this was a flip. They bought it at 213. So let's see how leveraged this property is. Depending on how leveraged it is. Some people, okay, like some investors, what they'll do is they'll buy a property with like their own cash. As to why, I have no freaking clue. Why not just use someone else's money and not tie up your own cash, and then you can lend out your money to make more money? Like, it's insane. And who knows? So we'll just go to PropWire. It's free. You don't need an account. See how leveraged something is, which is even better. And it literally tells you everything. Oh, okay. So there's 7% equity. They have, okay. So they got this thing at, there's a loan for 218K. They're asking 365. And I asked her, they're not doing any owner finance. They're asking 365. So if we go the 218 over 365, that's about 60%. So if we were able to do a Morby method on this property, for one, it would need to appraise at 365, and two, this loan would need to be right at the 218 amount. Because when we do a Morby, we look for about 60% equity. So this would be 40% equity. So it would like get the seller nothing. But if they're open to carrying a note on the property, I mean, it's been 4 months already. So it's likely to sell faster than 81% nearby. Yeah, okay. It hasn't though. So for those of you that don't know what a Morby is, all right, question in the chat, what do I even do here? That's a great question. So what I do is I am a real estate wholesaler. I wholesale properties. In South Carolina, I call it consulting. So I guess wouldn't say really a wholesaler. What I do is I underwrite properties. I can tell you what a deal is. And yeah, that's what I do. And it looks like my computer just decided to crash on me. That's fantastic. We'll see if everything is still up. This is what I do. And I'm just live streaming with you the journey on what we've got, rocking and rolling, what's going on in the pipeline. So this morning I'm looking at some deals that are in my inbox and just showing you what it looks like to be in real estate. So we're just underwriting a quick deal here and then answering questions if you have any and going with it. That's the thing though, is like so many people in real estate, they get caught up on like, oh, I need this. What we're really doing is we're creating objections for ourselves. We're creating, it's like we're pulling a parachute too early, as Matthew McConaughey would say. And in doing so, what we're doing is we're letting emotions take over what actually could be done. So I'm one of those that'll like try every which way to make it work. And at that point, if it still doesn't work, then it's time to pivot. So I'm just showing you like how we can make a deal work, pull deals out of thin air, and make money doing it. There's plenty of money out there. There's plenty of deals in the marketplace. Yeah, that's what I do. And here we go. All right, so this one's working. This is good. Okay, this one's working again. Okay, this is all working again. That's good. And yeah, my goal here is just to show you how simple it really is to do real estate deals, and while you're not doing any, super easy. So, this was also a 3-1. They added a bathroom to it. So that's neat. Ooh, awesome. And my content report just came back. But to answer your question a little bit further on what exactly I do here. Oh, I just realized I'm not screen sharing the whole time. That is super lame. Well, that defeats the whole purpose. Like, the whole point was to screen share it. So to answer your question further on what exactly I do is, one thing that I found in real estate is like everyone talks about how there's like deals and everything. Like, you need more leads. You need more leads. You really don't need more leads. You just need to know how to disposition them better. Like, leads are super easy to get. Like, there's plenty of contacts out there that you can send an email to and activate them. Like, it's super easy. So my thing is how can I leverage technology to generate qualified leads that could be actual deals and make stuff happen? But that would be what I do. And I guess I can close out of like Facebook comments. Pretty chill. I don't have anyone on the Instagram. And yeah, all right. So this deal, what we see is it's a 3-2. If we look on PropWire, it says it's a 3-1. So this data could be wrong too. Most of the time it is for like free softwares and everything. It's a flip property. It's on the MLS. So this guy has a loan on it for $220. They're asking $365. If we take the $220 or the $218 over the $365, it gives us about 60%. So it's leveraged at 60%, which means that there's 60% lien on the property. That doesn't also include like the hard money to fix it, because I think he bought it at, yeah. So that doesn't include the capital tied up in fixing the property itself, unless he used his own cash, which I highly doubt. So his best bet would be to keep it on the MLS, keep rolling, or we could make an offer and say, hey, this is what a mortgage method would look like. And a lot of people are switching to the mortgage method strategy. There's a lot of people that don't understand, like, if you're putting like 2 debts on the property, both of them need to be paid. You don't just take the money and run. There's a lot of horror stories with that. So if you're doing this, and if you're wholesaling or signing, especially, you need to make sure that it's going to be paid, because at the end of the day, your name was used in contact with whether it's an agent, whether it's with a seller. That's it. But this is what a Monday morning looks like. So we're going to take this thing and we're going to make this agent an offer. So we will apply all. Bam. All right. And it's super awesome, like especially in the Charlotte market, because we can just go bam. And their email's like hanging out right in the description. Like, how much better could it really get? Like, let's be honest. All right, so we'll be like, hey, Christina, and get that. I see it was just flipped. Figured I would at least reach out. See. Ouch. So this agent probably works with multiple investors. Let's see. She's got 7 listings, so she's probably got. Oh, she's got a lot of stuff that isn't moving. Some land. Okay, so she's got some land and it looks like a couple flips. So she's probably a strictly, like, she works with investors. That's 60 days. That's not bad. 179. Price history. All right, so this was listed at $450 April. Okay, so they bought this for $240. Yeah, this is another flip. She probably works with. That's fair. Figured I would at least reach out to you. Only interested in a cash or loan closing, no owner finance. Saw this property was on the market for a while, which, you know, in Charlotte is an absurd amount of time. So, and I mean, in Charlotte, like, properties are flying off shelves. Like, Charlotte's booming. So there's like, yeah, some of these guys are fun. Get that, just see it was flipped. Figured I would reach out to you. Saw the property was listed for a while. Boom. All right. Cooking. All right, that's one done. What we got here? Is this one in Charlotte? Let me see. If it's in Charlotte, I have no problem showing it on the stream. But, all right, boom. All right, we got another one. This one's been on the market for 117 days. Not a bad house. 625. Oh, get naked. Wow. And a JBL right there. Right next to the vanity. Okay. Yeah, this house is perfect for entertaining, as seen in the listing description. Oh, we got some algae growing. Oh, and all right, so there's an HOA here. There's a pool, but it's not in here. So it's been on the market for almost 4 months. what we can say with that is, let's take a look at how leveraged it is. Oh, this one's heavy as well. And it looks like they're with a VA loan, 2 loans. All right, so their best bet is obviously to sell this thing on the MLS. But it looks like, all right, so if we take the balance of these loans, so we do 562 plus 34, gives us 596. So they're literally going to walk away with paying their agent. They might have to write a check at closing for this property. So in this instance, with how leveraged this property is, this would be a good subject to, meaning we take over the payment. But the problem is there is a crazy interest rate for this thing. And if we estimate that payment at 3,400 plus 309, that's $3,800 plus, all right, so we'll just say 3,800 plus taxes and insurance on this property. So we're looking at $4,000 a month. No wonder why they're selling it. That's insane. But it is a 5-bed. So that would be the play. We do sub 2, and then the other thing would be, this would, what part of Charlotte is this in? It's like right next to the lake. All right, so this might, oh, and there's a football field. What is this, like a high school or something? I'd imagine so. There's a, yeah. Football, we got some tennis. I'd imagine this is probably a school. So we're super close to a school, super close to the lake. It's kind of a murky little lake. It's just like a river or something. Big Wiley. It's pretty murky. I wouldn't want to live there. Alright, so essentially, this is like right in, this would be good for like a co-living property or a good, like a rental property, right? So my concern is what is up with this HOA? Because we see all these amenities, right? So how can we make this thing pencil out? We see the amenities. We have tennis courts, we have a basketball court. That's phenomenal. My thing is the HOA probably is going to say no to rentals, because HOAs are like that, and they like to block you from doing what you want with your property, which is insane. And this is like 100% leverage. So this would be the only play, really, is to take over payments. The thing we just have to figure out now is if we can do like a short-term rental, or if we have to go long-term. If we went long-term, could we do like a rent by the room? But that would vary based on the HOA. So the thing with these HOAs is they get to make up rules however way they just feel like. You know, it's absurd. It's bananas. But see how incredibly simple this is? Like, you don't have to go to school to make something make money. Super simple. So I might have to spreadsheet this. Oh, awesome. This was the one from the first stream we did. All right, cool. So we have, this is a 5-bed property, 4-bath, payment estimated $3,800. Taxes, insurance. All right, so the other thing is that the agent says that this property is free and clear. Ma'am, this is not free and clear. Like there's there's mortgages on this, and they're probably gonna have to pay. I guess the other thing is like in the business we are in, is some agents, they go to school to learn about meets and bounds, right? And they're like, I got my real estate license, we're good to go. It's nothing against any type of agent out there. You don't know what you don't know. No fault whatsoever. So our job as an investor, and we're looking at these deals to see what we can do with them. So one, the seller gets what they need, and two, we're able to get a deal, right? We want a deal. So how can we make that make sense? And in doing so, sometimes we have to educate other people on different strategies that we can do as an investor to make the deal make sense, so it's a win for everyone. And in doing so, it just takes time. Like, I really hate saying that, but it just takes time. But it happens. It's tough. What are you gonna do? So we'll just keep rocking. All right. So the other thing is, it's a 5-bed. We did co-living. We won't even look at that. We'll just look at debts right now and how much we need, how much our bottom line is. So if we do 5-bed co-living, 185 a week, 4.3 weeks gives us, well, we have a calculator handy. We have 185 times 5 times 4.3 gives us damn close to what our regular payment is, but that doesn't include taxes and insurance. So co-living probably won't make sense for this property unless we do some reno and we put more into the property to make it more money. That's the thing. Then we need more cash, and it's going to leverage the property more to what we would be able to do. All right, so that's not an option. Oops, we can close out of this. That wouldn't be a valid option for us. But what we can do is we can look at Airbnb. So you have to look at the HOA stuff for that. All of this is pretty much contingent on the HOA. I guess DNA. I wonder if it's going to block me from using all this information. Let's see. Or it's going to make me log in. Okay, so this says it wants me to sign in. Tell me that just invite everyone. Alright, so what do we got? So this is giving us a 103.3K. Can you tell me how? Just give me a weekly thing. All right, so our projected revenue is 103K. If we go divide it by 12, I really hate doing this because AirDNA kind of sucks. Projected 103K here, AirDNA. If we do 103 divided by 12, that gives us 8K a month. So that margin that's running, freaking 50% margin. That's pretty good. It's pretty solid. That's also just revenue. So if we go with other expenses, typically at 10%, that's another $1,000. So we're in this thing. So we'll say it's 6K. So we make 2K a month for this house after expenses. And that's also betting on taxes and insurance, though. most of the time, taxes and insurance are crazy, especially here in South Carolina because the government is insane. Let's see what Zillow says. Tax assessed value is $538. And how much are they asking for this thing? $625. Property taxes, they say it went up. All right, so we'll just say 4K. 4K. We'll do 2K on insurance. Tell me if I'm wrong in the chat. I will take feedback like a champ. Let's see. Let's see, we have 4. Gives us another $500. So we do 300 PI. Okay, so if we go Airbnb, we go put a little box around this one. Should be able to, bam! Look at that. Let's just look at expenses. Yeah, we'll just go like this. Expenses. So we have EITI 300. Do we have HOA? Cool. Income. Let's say $8,000. Cleaning, we'll say 2K a month. So we do the 8,000 minus the 6,300 gives us $1,700. So let's say closing costs on this thing, if it's sub 2, it shouldn't be more than 10K. Then there's also an agent involved here. So there's an agent involved at $635. So that's that. That's okay. That's we have an agent. All right, let's look at a templatized HUD. For those of you that are just tuning in, we're looking at this deal that came across my desk here in Charlotte. What's going on is property's been on the market for an absurd amount of time, almost 4 months, for a beautiful spot over here on the North Carolina-South Carolina border on a lake. The problem is it's leveraged at like 100%, and they want to get out from it, but it looks like they're going to have to write a check if they go that route. So we're looking at how we can make this deal work for an investor, make it work for the seller, and everyone wins. Because who doesn't want a win like that? That's what we got. So let's see here. We have this property. We have an agent commission. That is going to be about 20K. Assignment. And then we have a closing cost, we'll say 10K. So we have 40K here. Total entry, 40K. I mean, and this is without giving any cash to the seller. So for them to walk away or whatever. But by the looks of it, you're going to have to write a check at closing. And no one wants to do that. So what we're going to do is calculate our cash on cash return. So how much cash we're putting into the deal to make how much money projected here at $1,700 a month with the current numbers we have. We do that by going 40,000 divided by 1,700 gives us it'll take 23 months for us to make our money back. It makes 2 years to make your money back, and then you're gonna have the appreciation in the property. I mean, that's a pretty solid return. Let me look at another spreadsheet I have to verify. And that's also if this property performs. So we also have to look into what the HOA is in this area. If they'll even let us do a rental like this. Because if they don't even let us do a rental, I mean, the deal is dead. There are ways around it for doing so. They're not liked by a lot of people. We still don't know if there's even an HOA here. Kitchen, features, appliances. It says there, but they didn't list it. It's like, what? Interesting. The other thing with some of these sub-2 deals is with property values going crazy, going up, down, sideways, back, left. The only problems I see with this thing is the interest rate at 6%, 7%, and then there's problems with if the HOA would allow this. So all we have to do is email the agent and be like, will the HOA allow rentals? If so, this is what our offer would look like. This is what it would be. We take care of closing costs, your commission, and that'd be it. Of course, we'd also have to look at making sure that the income can be produced with this property, and we feel good about that. If that's the case, we'll be good to go. And that's another one down. We will do one more this morning, and then I will have to skedaddle here. We have one more here. Let's see what we got. Okay. All right. Awesome. So this is an HOA-free neighborhood. Nice. There's a floor plan. And she says her client is not interested in sub-2 or seller finance at this time. And she's also a broker in charge. Okay. So we have 350. That one sold. This one's super nice or something. That is a pretty nice house. Oh, nice. That's 10 minutes from your house. Which one? Is this one the 10-minute away from Kenny? Is this one it? Or is there or is it this one? This Olander. That one? Or this one? I don't know. Alright, so we'll look at how leveraged this one is too. I really love when they say not interested. Okay, so what are they selling this one for? $345. They have a balance. All right, so this one, okay, all right, same freaking thing. Why is the agent gonna be like, they're not interested in it? But it's like, what? They're gonna have to write a check to probably to close this property. They'll probably walk away with 10K cash. What do you mean? Okay, so how can this one make money? So we can go, where's this at? This isn't like, okay, this isn't a bad little area, to my knowledge. Not when there's houses like this one going in. Let's see what we got. Nothing too crazy going on in the chat. Let's see. Can we get more insights? All right, so we have this one. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath. Obviously, it's gonna be a sub-2 offer, so I just need to snark back a bit more. But what we can do, all right. So if this is the front door, how could we convert this into there being like, we have a separate office? So we could turn this into like another bedroom right here. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Where's this office? All right, this house is bougie. Blue and gold. Interesting. Where's the office? Okay, that's a nice bathroom. All right, where is the office? Does anyone else see the office? Am I blind? Because I literally haven't seen the office. The office and the laundry room are like the two things you cannot see. What? It's like, no wonder this thing hasn't sold and you don't have all the photos. Alright, so we just gotta snark at some of these guys here. Okay, alright. Well, that is what today's stream looks like, ladies and gents. We went live for an hour this morning. Fantastic. Well, I guess 45 minutes. Let me change that. Boom. Alright. That's what we got for today. Well, at least this morning. I have got a couple errands to run. I will be down in Columbia, South Carolina this afternoon for a real estate investor meetup, and we'll see. I might live stream some of that. Some of that would be cool. And we'll get rocking and rolling. We just underwrote 3 deals. We just talked to 3 people already today, and it's only 11 o'clock. We're just getting the ball rolling, and we'll probably see you this afternoon, and we'll definitely see you tomorrow. Take it easy, and I don't have a catchphrase yet, so we'll just have to roll with it. Ciao for now. I like that. Ciao for now. Ciao.